Hello race fans, we've got 3 generations of Houtzes geared up and ready to go. This is race 1.
Now put your glasses on.
In today's event, pole position is based purely on lap time. So it goes without saying that experience on the track is everything. This being my 7th race, I had a major advantage over the competition.
Hit that brake. You get it?
The race started out clean enough, but before I knew it, I was on the heels of my nephew, the greenest member of the Houtz race team. After Gage allowed a clean pass, I soon found myself on the heels of my father. But it wasn't long before he too allowed me to pass so I could continue my quest to track down my brother. Now to keep things interesting, I've sped this up to 300% so that you could see the pursuit to track down my brother. It wasn't until I saw the white flag that I finally started to see the back end of my brother's cart.
I left you. You did lap me. I was wondering where you were.
Ryan won. Ryan lapped me. Right there at the end. I'm like, where is he? And I look behind me and he hit me.
I finally saw that red, white, and blue helmet, and I'm like, yes! Finally!
It's now time for the second race, and it would seem that our oldest and youngest members of the Houtz team were just getting their sea legs in the first race, because this is where things start to get interesting. Now this race included some non-Houtz race team members, and that added some cautions to the race. The first caution gave me an opportunity to catch up to my brother and his son, my greatest competition in the race. I'm confident that if it wasn't for my nephew's rivalry with his dad, I would not have made that pass. After this second caution, I'll speed you through here so I can show you my next opponent that I had to get around. Now, after several times of being told to allow me to pass, number 29 finally allowed me to get around him, only to find my nephew right in front of him. By the time we got all that straightened out, the race was pretty much over.
Alright guys, y'all can go ahead and hop on up, head around back to the helmet area for me, please.
Oh, that was fun. That was
fun, good.
You gotta watch him. He won't let you
Hey,
back.
Brian hit me too.
And then when you do try to get up on him, he runs you into the tires.
Yeah, we did. How did we go from not having any cautions to having him spun out at least twice?
Brian got in front of me because of favoritism.
So here we are for race number 3. By this time, the Houtz race team had figured out the track, and this is where everything becomes a lot more interesting.
Does Dad know we're out here?
I think so.
After my first lap, I quickly found the last 2 people that were out of the gate. I made pretty quick work about getting around them, but it looked to me like I was being flagged to allow somebody to go around me. So I took this next corner wider than I would normally have, and no one came around. So on my next time around, I was once again told to allow someone to pass. So I took the corner wide again, and sure enough, my brother blows past me. Considering this was my brother's 3rd race ever on this track, I was surprised to see how easy it was for him to stay ahead of me. It wasn't until we came up on a couple slower racers that I was actually able to get back around my brother. Without the other 2 racers slowing him down, I'm not sure that would have happened. But from then on, I no longer saw the blue and yellow flag telling me to let someone over. So once again, to keep this from being too long, I've sped this up to 400%. So after a few more laps, I once again found my nephew, and by this time, he was dead set on not allowing anyone to get past him. course, try as I might to get around my nephew, I just could not seem to do it. And what happens? Our arch rival finds me all over again. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that we were trying to get the best lap time in order to win the race, this would have been about as fun a race as I've ever experienced. It was at this point that I believe my nephew finally decided he would allow me to pass to see if he could keep up. And no sooner did I finally get my car to almost to 45 miles an hour did I find somebody facing the wrong direction. And once again, my nephew just drives right past us.
You guys all right? Alright, controlling. Don't go. Just go forward a little bit. Alright, stop when I tell you to, alright? Stop.
beat you. I think I beat your top lap. I think I beat your top lap by just, I don't know.
Ryan, was that you that was constantly bumping into me?
Yeah, you wouldn't get out of the way. They kept flagging you.
Yeah, but you never got in front of me, did you?
Yeah, no, that's true. That's probably why I didn't get as good a lap.
When all was said and done, I think it was probably the most fun that all of us had had in a long time. And none of us were too concerned about who came in what place, but it was a real sense of pride to see the Houtz race team had the best times. My big brother, in fact, had one of the top 5 track times for the week, something I'd never seen.